in the small, fog-shrouded village of Eldervale. Deep within a forest of whispering pines, there was a peculiar legend passed down through generations. It was said that within the dusty attic of the old tavern stood a mysterious object, a black, enchanted 8-ball. It wasn't just any 8-ball, the villagers claimed, but one imbued with the power to reveal the future. Though many had sought its guidance, few dared to speak of what they had learned. For the 8-ball's truths were often as unsettling as they were profound. Among the villagers was a young orphan named Lina. At just 16, she was known for her resourcefulness and wit, earning her keep by doing odd jobs around Eldervale. She had grown up hearing tales of the 8-ball, but had always dismissed them as mere superstition. That is, until the day she stumbled upon it herself. It all began with a storm. Thunder rolled like a drumbeat, and the rain lashed against the windows of the Rusty Barrel, the village's only tavern. Lina had been tasked with patching a leak in the roof when her foot slipped on a loose board, revealing a hidden ladder leading up to the attic. Curiosity got the better of her. Pushing open the creaky trapdoor, Lina found herself in a dimly lit room filled with forgotten relics. Her eyes scanned the clutter until they fell upon a small wooden pedestal in the center of the room. Sitting atop it, as if waiting for her, was the 8-ball. The sphere was polished to a deep, glossy black, and its white circular window seemed to glow faintly in the gloom. As Lina approached, an inexplicable sense of anticipation filled the air. She reached out, her fingers trembling slightly, and grasped the 8-ball. It felt surprisingly warm, almost alive. Without thinking, she whispered, "Will my life ever change?" The 8-ball's liquid center swirled, and a phrase appeared in its window. "Seek the hidden key." Lina's heart raced. What did it mean? A key to what? She tucked the 8-ball into her satchel and descended the ladder, determined to uncover the truth. Over the next few days, Lina noticed strange things happening around her. The 8-ball seemed to hum softly whenever she neared certain places in the village. She followed its subtle vibrations to the crumbling remains of an old stone well at the edge of the forest. Digging through the moss and debris at its base, she unearthed a small, intricately carved key. The moment she held it, the 8-ball emitted a low, resonant chime. Turning it over in her hand, Lina noticed symbols etched into the key, symbols she had seen before in the village's ancient chapel. That night, Lina snuck into the chapel, the key hidden in her pocket. The air inside was thick with the scent of candle wax and aged wood. At the back of the chapel stood a locked chest adorned with carvings that matched those on the key. Her hands shook as she inserted the key and turned it. The lock clicked and the chest creaked open. Inside, she found a collection of faded letters, a locket, and a parchment map of Eldervale with strange markings. The letters, written in elegant handwriting, told a story of forbidden love between a noblewoman and a commoner. The noblewoman's name was Eleanor, Lina's mother. Tears welled in Lina's eyes as she pieced together the story. Eleanor had been cast out by her family for defying tradition, forced to live in secrecy. The letters hinted at a hidden treasure that Eleanor and Lina's father had buried to ensure Lina's future. The map marked the location of the treasure deep in the forest, but it also came with a warning. Beware the shadows. Armed with the map and the 8-ball, Lina ventured into the forest at dawn. The path was treacherous, overgrown with thorny vines and shrouded in mist. Each step seemed to draw her deeper into a world untouched by time. The 8-ball guided her, its glow illuminating the way. As she neared the marked location, Lina heard whispers on the wind. Shadowy figures flitted between the trees, their forms barely distinguishable from the dark trunks. The warnings from the map echoed in her mind, but she pressed on, The forest grew darker as Lina approached the clearing. The air felt heavier, and the whispers grew louder. She clutched the 8-ball tightly, its warmth steadying her nerves. Finally, she reached a massive oak tree whose roots twisted above the ground like ancient, gnarled fingers. Beneath its largest root was a hollow space. Lina dug frantically, her fingers scraping against the soil until they struck something solid. She unearthed a small wooden box sealed with wax. As she lifted the box, the shadows emerged fully from the trees. They were tall and faceless, their forms rippling like smoke. Lina's heart pounded as they surrounded her, their whispers growing louder. "What do you seek, child?" one of them hissed, its voice cold and sharp. Summoning her courage, Lina held up the 8-ball. "I seek the truth," she said. The shadows recoiled slightly, as if the 8-ball's glow repelled them. One shadow stepped forward, extending a wispy hand toward her. "Prove your worth. Ask your question." Lina swallowed hard. She clutched the 8-ball and asked, "How do I defeat you?" The answer appeared instantly. Face the light within. At that moment, Lina understood. The 8-ball was not just a tool for guidance, but a reflection of one's own inner strength. She closed her eyes and focused on the warmth growing in her chest, a light born from her love for her parents, her village, and her desire to protect them. When she opened her eyes, the shadows began to waver. Their forms dissolved as the clearing filled with radiant light, leaving Lina alone with the box in her hands. Inside the box, Lina found a fortune in gold coins and jewels, along with a letter from her parents. The letter expressed their love and hope that Lina would use the treasure to build a better life for herself and the village. They also entrusted her with the 8-ball, explaining that it had been a family heirloom, passed down through generations to guide and protect. With the treasure and the 8-ball, Lina returned to Eldervale. She used the wealth to repair the village, build a school, and ensure no child would ever grow up as she had, without a family or support. Over time, the once fading village transformed into a thriving community. Eldervale's children no longer whispered of the 8-ball as a mere legend, but as a beacon of hope. Lina became a leader, teaching the villagers that while the 8-ball held wisdom, the true magic lay in their own strength and unity. Years later, Lina became a revered figure in Eldervale, known as the girl who had uncovered the 8-ball prophecy. She kept the 8-ball safe, using it sparingly and teaching others that its true power lay not in predicting the future, but in revealing the strength already within. The 8-ball's glow never dimmed, and its legend grew, inspiring generations to seek the light within themselves. And so, the enchanted 8-ball remained a symbol of hope and resilience in the heart of Eldervale. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the incredible world of snooker players and stories. If you're as passionate about the game as we are, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a shot. Do you have a favorite snooker legend or story you want to see featured? Drop it in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep hustling, keep aiming, and remember, on the green felt, every game has the power to make you a legend.